so
crazy.
beautiful to witness, because it was literally, nobody was begrudging what they were doing. They were 100% all in. Their hearts were all in. Their conversations outside of when they were caring for him were just like, literally like, whoa, this is the most amazing. We can't wait for him to finish. He's definitely gonna.
Some
like,
of them kids,
so...
when he came across the finish line, straight up cried
Yes.
because he literally did 250 miles over 4 days with only 2.5-3 hours sleep. Hi, we're James and Kara, and this is Kerouacs Cruising.
We are two ordinary people exploring what it means to build a life that feels true, day by day, from one campfire to the next.
This is our adventure, and we're glad you're part of it.
Good morning, friends.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are officially
On the road again.
on the road to really a bunch of different places, but we started really on our anniversary.
Yeah, so I guess we should talk a little bit about being home was nice.
Being home was amazing, and for me it was great. Not only do I love my property, but I got to get the camper ready to go on the road. All the vents in the camper that we had, the ceiling vents, they were all broke and they didn't open. And we bought a camper that had a salvage title, so there was work to be done. And at home, I replaced all those vents. We got the bumper connection.
Installed a solar panel on the roof. That's a big deal.
A big solar panel, not a little one, 410-watt solar panel, which was epic.
Yeah.
It fit
We
in
used
the
it one
only
day, dude.
spot.
We used it one day, and we used it to... So we don't have it plugged in permanently right now. We've got to do some work to make that happen. But we plugged it into the EcoFlow, our solar generator. I worked on the internet, and we were able to completely recharge our camper all within so everything got charged while I was using electricity in was it 3 hours or something? It was
And it ended the day completely
charged. Yeah, it was really, really amazing. So that's a game changer. I think we mentioned in a previous episode that our portable folding solar panel, we think that the wires in the folds must have broken, and it's slowly been deteriorating on how much electricity we were getting. We assumed that it was because it was winter, but it got so low, and then it was nothing. So
what I think happened with that is most people are not using travel solar panels
every
the
day.
way we were using
Yeah.
them. And when you're folding them really every other day.
Yeah, and then the wind, of course, flaps them
The
around.
wind, they were blown around a bunch. Sometimes we'd come back to camp, they would not be in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're still learning. We're almost a year into having the camper.
Yeah.
But now everything on the camper works. We got the oven working, so
Yes.
now we can cook pizza. One of the propane on where the propane hooks up, the
nozzle.
regulator didn't work. Only one side worked, so sometimes in the middle of the night you'd have to change the whole tank out instead of just flipping the switch.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of good things that happened at home. I got to weed the yard. I mean, just so many things. And we got to see sunsets and sunrises.
Absolutely. We went to the canyon, all of that, yeah.
Got to go bring the dogs. I have a 3-mile walk that I do at home. It's so convenient because it's there. And one of the cool things that happened this year that's never happened in 10 years,
yeah.
I was walking the dogs, and Norman stumbled upon a coyote den with puppies, which was so cool because he didn't try to attack the coyotes or the puppies.
And vice versa. The coyotes the mama didn't attack him. She just wanted to make sure that everything was safe and kosher.
I've never had a coyote bark at me. She just was barking at us to get away. As soon as we were away from the den, we didn't see her anymore. So I would have really liked to see the puppies, but I ain't going to mess with a den. I don't want anything to happen to the puppies. I know some people think coyotes, you should have just killed them, but they're a part of the ecosystem and they're needed.
Yeah.
So being at home was amazing. We left home.
Well, before we jump forward, if you haven't noticed by the way we're talking about home, we've decided we're not selling our house. So we did sell 10 more acres. So if those of you who've been following us and those of you who haven't, I'll catch you up. In November, our last 20 acres of our property was under contract, and at the very last moment, the people backed out of the contract with no real reason for why. And so it kind of put us in a tough spot because we were banking on having that money, as you do when you are expecting a large chunk of money. So it kind of put us in a difficult spot. We made it through. Everything's been fine. And so we took the property off the market for the winter just because of heavy snows and stuff like that. We didn't want people to get stuck out there, rot up our driveway, things like that. And in the spring, when we came back home after my accident, we decided to go ahead and put the 10 acres that our house is not on back on the market, see what happens. And it sold within 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
3 weeks. It was crazy.
And under contract within 2 weeks of putting it on the market, and closed within 2 or 3 weeks after that. So it was a very quick process. We really, kind of were like, well, it's probably not going to go through because the last one didn't go through, kind of thing,
But lo and behold, they bought the 10 acres.
Yeah, and going home this time around, we've come to the decision that, first of all, not only was it really nice to have a permanent place where we don't have to worry about the camper and people camping around us and being on public land and all of that when we were recovering from an incident. But we really do love that space. There's a reason why we bought it. We really love the views. We really love the peace. We really love, like he said, the 3-mile walks, the wildlife, the home. We built it. All of those things were really nice, and it's just so nice to be able to pull the camper up,
so cool
plug into the septic system and all that. It just makes it so easy.
It's so cool to go home and open up the house and everything, just because I built it, everything just works. And when something does go wrong, it's very easy for me to fix because I'm the one who did it. I know where the pipes are. I just know the house. So it was cool. I love being home, and I don't think we'll sell it. And maybe in 5 years we will sell it, but for right now, we're going to try to visit every year, a couple times a year at least.
Yeah, he intentionally did not winterize the house, so we have to go back this fall and winterize it. So it's a beautiful way to keep us coming back there, because it's so easy for us to get lost in wanting to do all of the things and go to all of the places and not go back to a place that really does create a beautiful reset for both of us. And of course, we've got friends and family, in that area that we want to be able to visit and see. So it's a good anchor to have, I think, for us.
So we left there.
Yep.
May 1st, basically.
Anniversary week was our wedding anniversary.
Yep. So we
Derby
went
week
to Bullhead because we wanted to do a dinner cruise.
On
We
the
did it
Colorado
a
River.
few years ago, multiple times, and business actually upgraded and they got a different boat. So we wanted to see that and experience it. And it was a lovely, really a lovely time.
Beautiful time.
We sat with great people, and
We went to a comedy show the night before at the Edgewaters doing comedy tours.
it's LA Comedy Club.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, we had a great time with that. That was a lot of fun.
So we knew when we left there, so we stayed just a few days. We knew we were leaving there, and we were meeting up with Kara's sister, Katie. And what a time we had with that. I never heard of the Cocodona 250 in my life. Never, ever heard of it.
So her husband, my brother-in-law, or our brother-in-law, was running the Cocodona 250. And if you're not familiar, a little bit of background, it's a 250 plus mile race through central Arizona. You start in Black Canyon City, which is north of Phoenix, and you go north towards Prescott, and then through Jerome, and
Over Mingus Mountain,
this
which
is
is the
all
89.
all through the backcountry. If you're familiar with Arizona, you're following the 89A. And so all through the backcountry, hiking, jogging through the mountains, up and over, like you said, in Mingus Mountain, through Jerome, into Sedona, up the Sedona Mountains in towards
Schnelby Hill.
Schnelby Hill, yep.
Schnibbly.
Schnibbly, there we go. That's Katie's calling it Schnibbly, and I think I like it better than Schnelby. Up through the mountains of Sedona, up Schnibbly Hill towards Flagstaff, and then it's like 20 miles around Flagstaff before you finally got
Walnut Canyon, all the good spots
Yeah.
in Flagstaff.
Eldon, and then finish line downtown at Heritage Square in Flagstaff. Last night he finished at like just after 10 o'clock last night, and
So they have no sleep. I mean, you can sleep, but you're trying to race, so they go
I think he only
overnight.
got 2.5 hours of sleep throughout the entire almost
Monday
4
through
days
Thursday.
of running.
Crazy. So one of the coolest things is, if you don't know Arizona, the places they went are not only really heritage history, deep history of Arizona, the places they visited, but some of the most beautiful places. And the elevation gains and
because they go up and down
up
mountains.
and down was just insane.
40,000 miles of elevation gain because of all the ups and downs. I mean, it's just mind-blowing.
So we got the opportunity to bring our camper and follow the race.
Yeah, follow the crew around who came from Maryland to help him.
So he had 4 people and plus his wife, so 5 of them that really were his pit crew, and we got to experience that. We didn't really help a lot, but we did, because we helped.
You did more background stuff.
Yeah, we did more behind the scenes stuff, cooking dinner, getting food, all that fun stuff. So, but these people that he brought out with him, and we don't know how great of friends they are, but these people cared. They followed him to a T by his tracker. They knew everything that he was doing, and they nourished him at every stop.
It was such a beautiful thing to witness, and I'm sure most people can relate. It's really difficult to not only articulate your own needs to yourself, but then to be able to tell other people honestly what you need and trust that they're not going to treat it like an inconvenience or something, whatever it is that we build up in our head, why we can't say what we need or what we want. And to watch these people and him, first of all, be able to know what his body needs and articulate it so that he can continue to do this race, and then at each stop literally surrender to the entire crew. Basically, I mean, just like when a NASCAR driver pulls into a pit and everybody jumps in, does all of their things, and then sends him on his way.
Somebody's feeding him.
He's
literally feeding him. Somebody's cleaning his feet, tending to his feet, changing his socks, helping him change his clothes,
sunscreen,
putting a blanket on him because he's cold when he sits down because he just
if
ran.
he needs a massage, they're massaging. I mean, just
everything. It was
so
crazy,
beautiful to witness, because it was literally nobody was begrudging what they were doing. They were 100% all in. Their hearts were all in. Their conversations outside of when they were caring for him were just literally whoa, this is the most amazing. We can't wait for him to finish. He's definitely gonna.
Some of them kids, when he came across the finish line, straight up cried because he literally did 250 miles over 4 days with only 2.5, 3 hours sleep. Yeah. Whatever it was, crazy.
It's beautiful to witness what the human body is capable of, right? I mean, he's been training for it. He's been more diligent over this last year, trying to make sure that he can do this than any other race he's ever run.
He's only ever done 100 miles.
100 miles is the most he's done. Yep. And in the Arizona, he's from the East Coast, so he's used to humidity. So doing it in the Arizona desert, the Arizona terrain, Arizona sunshine, high altitude sunshine. If you've been following us, past episodes, we've talked about the Grand Canyon and how treacherous that really is. That is its own thing to overcome. And then this team who are as devoted to his success as he is to his success. It was just, I mean, half of them are pacing with him through the race, so they're running with him in parts of it, trying to keep his morale up. Literally, you're talking to them about how they're preparing, and they're like, I'm just whatever he needs. If he just needs to be in the zone and meditate, then that's what I'm going to be. If he needs to be distracted, I'm going to be silly, and I'm going to have fun with him, and I'm going to tease him. If he needs motivation, if he needs to be pushed, that's what I'm going to do. And it was just so cool to again, they were in this as much as he was, and this beautiful selfless act towards achieving the same goal. None of these people were paid help. These are people who genuinely wanted him to succeed.
He didn't even get paid to run 250 miles.
No, he
paid to do it.
Yeah, it was so cool. And then above and beyond all of that, we have this beautiful opportunity to tour Central Arizona, where we haven't spent nearly enough time. We've been to Sedona several times, but only for day trips. We've been to Prescott, for errands that were only in Prescott as opposed to Phoenix, but haven't really spent a significant amount of time in these areas. And so it was really nice to be able to camp in the wilderness of these areas, spend a lot of time immersing in these beautiful locations, learning a little bit more about what they have to offer, which gets us excited to come back back in the future. You know, it's our home state. We've decided, you know, we're not selling our house, so it'll be great to come back and see all these things again. But then also getting to spend time with my sister. It was her birthday this week. Yeah, her son Charlie. And it was just a gift so one of the lessons I've been learning or realizing over these last couple of weeks is sometimes the things that we really want, we receive, they just don't come in the form that we were anticipating it in. So one of the things that were really disappointing with our car accident is that we weren't going to go get to see them because we weren't doing the East Coast tour.
We were going to East Coast tour.
But then she had told me about it months ago that they were coming, but in my head I had dismissed it because we weren't going to be here. We were going to be on the East Coast. So they were already planning on coming to Arizona. So what this created was a space where they came to us. We got to follow them around and really be immersed in their passion. She loves supporting him through this because he loves it so much. She loves being around these people and in this. And they love traveling, and she loves taking her son to see new and beautiful places. And so kind of witnessing their world outside of, you know, your grind, essentially going to work and paying your mortgage, to be able to be with them in this kind of a space was a really beautiful opportunity. And again, it was her birthday this week, so getting to celebrate her birthday in Sedona was just magical. And again, I was so disappointed we weren't going to the East Coast to spend time with them, but this, I think, was even more magical and a more incredible experience to do it this way. And then we're still planning, you know, so this was the first leg, essentially, of our next trip.
We're on the road. We're not heading home.
We're not going back home.
Now, we are in Flagstaff. If you followed us, we haven't camped at this particular spot, but there is so much dispersed camping in Flagstaff. Mm-hmm. You can get an amazing spot really, really easy. Yeah. So we have a great spot.
We're going to stay here until
we're going to be here for a couple of days, and then we're heading. Oh, I just want to say this about the race. The last thing I'll say about this race. This race was incredible. First time ever a woman won this race hands down.
Yeah, overall.
Beat all the men. I beat everybody. She was number one, and she beat the course record by 3 hours.
Freaking incredible.
250 miles. She beat it by 3 hours. She was very, very humble.
At 34 years old, and I had watched an interview where she was talking about what she had to overcome. And what I've been watching on a lot of these things is it's all mental. It's more mental than it is physical. And I think it applies to everybody in their life, whatever it is that you're going after, that you're passionate about, that you feel like you're an imposter in. We all go through the same thing, the best of the best, the greatest ever. All of the goats go through the same thing. She said that as she was running, she passed the last guy and realized she was in first place, I think 50 miles to the finish line. And she was like, I'm not going to hurt myself. Something's going to happen. You know, I'm going to tucker myself. You know,
all the doubts came in.
Yeah, she started all the fear doubts. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. Who am I to do this? And then she said her mantra ended up just being, why not me? And so every time a doubt came in, she overrode it with, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? And that pushed her through. And she won overall, beating the record by 3 hours. And it's just so mind-blowing to witness. Again, she is right now the best in the field, right? By far, absolutely. She is the best of the best. And she is struggling with the same things that the mom next door, that you're struggling with. You are all going through the same thing.
Self-doubt.
That, what did Dr. Margaret Cochran call it? The backseat driver, that critic who wants to drive your bus. We all have that in our mind, and you don't have to get rid of it. You just have to acknowledge that it's not right. And use your mind to decide to push away that programming, ignore that programming, and go ahead and push through and do it. And we get so many times, often, you know, we're living this life, so it feels so normal to us, but so many times people are amazed at the life that we're living, that we have so much freedom, that we just go out and do whatever it is that we want to do.
Actually, these kids are working hard. You know, they're all 30-year-old kids. You know, and Jeff's 44 and just did 250 miles. But the people he brought with him, I think the oldest was 34 or whatever. That doesn't matter what their age is. But they were like, oh my God, I've been wanting to get a van and travel. I wanted to get a camper and travel. I can't believe you guys are traveling. And they were all super interested in what we were doing.
So, and again, this is something we come into a lot. It's normal for us. We're like, it's just the life that we live. Like, you know, it's not that crazy, but it is crazy because we chose not to let fear stop us. And every time that fear creeps up, we've been really good as partners to help talk each other through it. But what it comes down to is you just got to do it. You got to stop making excuses and you just got to do it. Whatever it is that's in your heart that you want to do, it's there for a reason. Just get out there and do it. And that's what this really, I feel like, watching Jeff do it, watching Rachel win this thing, all of it comes down to the same thing. If you want something, you have to do it. You are your own biggest enemy. It is all a mind game, whether it's a physical game, whether it's an achievement game, whatever it is, it's all in your head. If you can't do it, it's because you've convinced yourself you can't do it.
We all have it, and we just went to a retreat, and we'd already talked about it. But your thoughts equal your reality. So when you're having a negative thought pattern, your reality is going to be negative.
It's going to reflect it.
And it's so difficult, even now, we're still trying to do it, to get 100% positive, having gratitude every day and having joy. It is very hard, but if you can overcome the negative thoughts, you can win life.
Now, and I'm just because this is a really good segue, I am going to plug really quick. If you haven't been following us on social media, so you're not aware, I have been building a program around this to help essentially coach people through those things that they want to do that maybe their mind, you know, that critic is just a little bit too loud. The overall project is called the Reinvention Project. I see a lot of people having a beautiful opportunity if they accept the opportunity to create the life of their dreams. And so I think, again, it's all a mind game. If we don't think we can create the life of our dreams, we're not going to. So we can either seize this opportunity or not. And if you want to seize the opportunity, but you just feel like you need someone to hold your hand through it, the Reinvention Project, I'll have the links in the show notes. Please join me. I offer a free masterclass to kind of dip your toe in, and then from there you can decide if you want some more coaching with me, a group community opportunity, whatever it is. This is what we do. This is what we love. Recreating ourselves and living outside of our own expectations, the world's expectations, the society's expectations, your family's expectations, and learning to live for yourself, for your heart. So if you're interested, I'd love for you to join me.
I hope everybody joins, and I'm going to say it again. Your thoughts equal your reality. Are you getting this? Are you understanding that? That is what we just learned, and we've been trying to do it for a few years now. It is very, very difficult, for me anyways, to get my mind in a positive circle, I guess, to keep positive thoughts coming through and understanding that love and gratitude is really the way to win life.
Of your dreams, yeah. And I think
we're going after it, and we're going to continue to do that.
And I think, and hopefully this helps you if you're listening. One of the toughest things is you know, I'm undoing over 35 years of programming. He's doing over 50 years of programming. So it doesn't happen overnight. You know, you work really hard at it, and sometimes you feel like, I'm just not there yet. It is a daily habit, a daily skill that you have to continuously cultivate and continuously work on. And it is ultimately learning how to trust yourself, learning how to love yourself. I feel like that's the core of it, but it is an everyday practice that you have to implement in love yourself enough to stick to. We constantly and consistently tell ourselves, I don't want to do my meditation today. We've got so much going on. I don't want to be too late meeting my sister. We're still visiting with my sister right now. We were out until 11 o'clock tonight. I don't want to do our meditation tonight. But those are the moments that we're giving up on ourselves. We have to consistently show up for ourselves.
You have to reprogram your brain.
Continue to maintain those habits that are overpowering your old thoughts and beliefs. And that's the work. That is the work. And that sounds so much easier than running a 250-mile race through the Arizona desert. Meditating every morning and every night, and noticing your thoughts.
Having a mind movie.
Yeah.
Know what you want as a reality, focusing on it, seeing it in your mind over and over again, and that's how you become.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you get to your reality
Whatever
that you
you
want. And I'm not saying it's easy, because nothing in life is easy.
No.
But if you focus on it, you can do it. So, enough of that stuff. Are you getting this?
Are you? Yeah.
We heard that a lot. So, anyway, so we are leaving Flagstaff here in a few days, and we are going to go to Santa Fe, New Mexico, visit a friend that was
She's
in our
one of the
book.
co-authors, and we've interviewed her on the podcast.
We interviewed
Katia
her
Jones.
Yep. So we're excited to meet her face to face, not just on Zoom or whatever. So we get to check out Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yes.
Kara has not been there. I went there for work, so I literally got to see a Taco Bell. That's what I seen. A Taco Bell in action. So we really didn't. I didn't explore anything really. I went there for a day, and that was that. So we're excited to go there. We're going to spend a couple days in Santa Fe, and then we're going to make our way to Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri. Yep.
Kansas City, Missouri. We're going to see a friend there that she's been on our podcast. We're very excited to meet her.
Cheyenne Moore.
To meet her in the flesh and have a great conversation. And she is she's down the rabbit hole further than we are.
She's our soul people, that's for sure.
She's definitely in the same space as us. And then we're going to make our way to Iowa. And Kara has a friend there, or I guess really our friends now. Yeah. We've known them. I've known them for a long time now. They built a house there, so we're going to check out their house. And Kara's going to stay there for a week. And I'm going to go back to New Hampshire and see a friend. And really go to a memorial for a friend that I lost, that I've known for my whole life, really. Yeah. Very saddened by the loss. And then we're going to make our way to Idaho. Yep. Red Lodge, Montana.
Well, we might not stop in Red Lodge first, right? Because we're going to be going back to Red Lodge at the end of June.
We may just go to Red Lodge and wait.
Okay, all right.
And why not hang around Red Lodge, or maybe we stay longer in Becky's, or maybe we find a cool spot or go to Glacier. Yeah. We're not really sure, and I don't want to get into it too much, but my son is launching his own business, and we're going to roll it out in Red Lodge, Montana with him. So it's going to be an exciting time. So I don't know when this episode's going to air, so I don't want to talk too much about it because it's his project, not mine. But it's exciting either way. I'm so excited for him. He had an idea, and he jumped on it, and he's running with his idea. And amen to that, man. That's what we all should be doing, living our dream. And he's doing something
that he's passionate
about, and that probably in a year's time he spends 6 months doing it anyways. So why not build a business model around it?
It's going to empower him to be able to live the life that he works to live on his day off.
Yep.
Be able to live that life 24/7. So,
and he works so hard right now that I really hope this business takes off for him, and for his wife, and for we got another baby on the way. So it is incredible. There's a lot of exciting things going on in our life, and we hope you guys join us. We're on the move. And again, we're going to show you great places. I don't know if you can see the scenery, but if you ever come to Flagstaff, Disperse Camping is where it's at, in these pine trees.
One of the things, again, sometimes the things that we want don't come to us in the form that we originally expected. So we were really bummed, again, not doing this East Coast tour, or this country tour.
I wanted to be able to bring my camper to Acadia National Park in Maine. And we're doing it next year, that's all.
But when we were trying to plan out this trip, both Katia and Cheyenne were people that we really wanted to see. But when we were planning out the route, it didn't make sense for us to take the weird detours to get, because they're more in the center of the country compared to us going around the outside. Starting Tucson, going the Interstate 10 over towards Georgia, and then up the East
Well, we
Coast.
had somebody in Texas we were seeing, and then Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, up the East Coast.
So now that I'm, recovered for the most part, I can't run and jump quite yet, but we can obviously start traveling, but we don't have the time to do that entire trip at this point. So we're doing the mini version of this trip where we're getting to see the people who we couldn't see before. And some of the people that we were going to see along this trip are my core girlfriends. We are going to all meet up for our 40th birthday sometime this summer, so I'm going to get to see them anyways. And as much as I would love to go with him, James is, for unfortunate reasons, going back to New Hampshire anyways, and he's going to get to see his family. So,
which is great. I get to see my brothers and sisters, which I love dearly.
Yeah, and
so
his
I'm
best
excited.
friend. So again, it's not in the way
Going
we would
for
expect it.
a bad reason, but for a good outcome, it'll be a good outcome.
Yeah, yes. It's interesting to look at life from this lens because, again, just because things don't happen the way that you expected them to happen doesn't mean you're not getting what you wanted out of what you were dreaming about. So keep that in mind. Again, with the thoughts create your reality, my mentality is that you create
Your
the things
thought
that you want.
What did you say? I didn't hear you say.
The thoughts create your reality mentality.
Are you getting this?
That
I had to do that one more time.
It was cute. I love it. That is, sometimes the reality that your thoughts were creating is not the physical reality that you're living, but you're still getting the heart of what you wanted out of that. And that, again, is a beautiful thing. The Joe Dispenza teachings really encourage you to embrace the unknown, to embrace the unexpected, and I'm beginning to see how that has come true in our life.
And
over
you're
and
supposed
over
to
again.
become nobody.
All right, you guys, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up unless you got something else you want to say.
Yeah, no, I don't. I hope you follow us. Next time we probably record, we probably be on the road driving to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Oh, I can't wait to bring you guys.
But he had a great team, the Cocodona.
Yeah. Oh, it was
250.
beautiful to witness. Really beautiful.
Super cool race. Look it up if you've never heard of it. I never heard of it, but it was cool to experience.
And we might be crewing for some people next year.
We have another person that we know that's entering
From
it
Idaho.
next year,
Yeah.
so you just know we don't know where life's taking us. We're just going for it.
Yeah, we
We're on
really
the
want to
road.
do the East Coast next year, but it'll be hard to give up this opportunity again. So
Yeah, we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah.
And maybe we do the race and then we head to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And we miss, I don't know if that's going to happen, but we missed a baby's birthday. Not happening. We'll see.
we'll see. All right, we love you guys.
See you later.
Bye.